Study Chapter 2, Series of Balance of Payments. Last time we have learned Chapter 2, Series of Balance of Payments. Today we are going to continue to study this chapter. Let's review what we have learned last time. Chapter 2, Section 1, the elasticity approach, the balance of payments. This approach provides an analysis of what happens to the current account balance when the country devalues its currency. To the price elasticity of demand. We have learned price elasticity of import demand, price elasticity of import demand. We have learned Marshall-Lerner condition. Marshall-Lerner condition, that is, as if y1 plus y2 is more than 1. Devaluation will improve the current account. If sum of these two elasticity is less than unity, then devaluation will lead to a deterioration of the current account. This is known as the Marshall-Lerner condition. Two sorts of effects. There are three possible scenarios following a devaluation, and two effects in play once a currency is devaluated. First, the price effect. Second, the volume effect. The J curve. Last time we have learned the J curve. You should know what is a J curve. J curve, the shape of the J curve, because the figure like the capital J. So we call this figure J curve. We can see from the J curve. The J curve effect is often cited in economics to describe, for instance, the way that a country's balance of trade initially worsens following a devaluation of its currency, then quickly recovers and finally surpasses its previous performance. This is the meaning of J curve. Last time we have learned section 2. The absorption approach to the balance of payments. In Chinese, we can say 第二节国际收支平衡的吸收分析方法。The definition of absorption approach. Absorption approach. We have learned this definition last time. Absorption approach is to explain the balance of payments theory from the perspective of relationship between output and expenditure of national income. So we should understand in this chapter we should know absorption is absorption means expenditure. Absorption means expenditure. The contents of absorption approach. According to Keynes' equation of national income balance, y equals c plus I plus g plus bracket x minus m. We should know and defining the metric of absorption as A equal C plus I plus G. So A refer to absorption. A means the metric of absorption. So we can in another way understand A. A means expenditure. Or we can say A also as the metric expenditure equals C plus I plus G. So A has two-side meaning. One we can say is absorption, and another we can say A as expenditure. So from according to A equals C plus I plus G, we can get nx equal x minus m equal y minus a. So we can get conclusion from 2.2. When y is more than a, total income is greater than total absorption. There will be net exports greater than 0. So at this stage, we can get trade surplus. When y is less than a, total income is less than total absorption. There will be a net export less than 0. So we can say at this status, we can get trade deficit. When y equal a, balance of payments come true. Namely, international trade balance equals 0. So when as y equal a, at this status, we can get the balance of current account, or we can say at this state, trade account become balance. Or in another word, we can say at this state, when y equal a, trade account get equilibrium. When a country trade account get a deficit, there are two ways to solve the trade deficit. One is to increase y. Solve the problem of full employment, or to make a full use of resources. And the other is to cut expenditure. That is to reduce A means to reduce absorption. Three, the effects of currency devaluation based on the perspective of absorption approach. The impact of devaluation on the balance of payments also works by changing income or absorption. So, when a country's trade account is not in balance, that means this country has a trade surplus or trade deficit. We can solve trade deficit. We can use two methods to solve this problem. One, to national income, to increase national income. Another way is to reduce the absorption. So we can, the impact of devaluation on the balance of payments also works by changing So last time we have reached this place. If a country's trade account at trade deficit or trade surplus, if this country's trade account have a surplus, at this status, the government will do not do anything to change this state. But at the status of a trade deficit, the country can have two methods to solve the trade deficit. So we should know there are two ways to solve the trade deficit. One is to increase Y. Increase Y means increase national income. Y. Use this method, we must solve the problem of full employment or make full use of the resources. This sentence tells us that if we want to increase this country's income, this country must take method to solve the problem of full employment. In a means to extinct the unemployment or make full use of resources. These two methods can make this country get more national income. And the other is to cut expenditure. That is to reduce A, means to reduce absorption. In order to reduce Share deficit. We can use two methods to solve this problem. One is to increase Y, another to cut expenditure, or to cut absorption. Let's go on. The effect of currency devaluation based on the perspective of absorption approach. The impact of devaluation on the balance of payments also works by changing income of absorption. This sentence tells us that if we want change the trade account, we can use two methods or two ways to change income or change absorption. We can use increase income or decrease absorption. In two methods, we can solve a trade deficit. Let's go on. If transforming equation 2.2 into difference form yields dnx equal dy minus dA. This equation we name 2.3. We name 2.3. Thus, the change in total absorption dA is given by dA equal alpha dy plus dAd. Substituting 2.4 into 2.3 yields dnx equal 1 minus y dy minus dAd. This equation regarded as 2.5. Note, total absorption A is divided into two parts. First, induced absorption alpha delta y, that is, the absorption that changes with the change of income y. Alpha is marginal absorption propensity. Or tendency. Absorption propensity can also be regarded as tendency. Autonomous absorption, that is, absorption independent of incomes, is a direct effect of depreciation on absorption, which is indicated by delta AD. AD means dispensable expenditure, or we can regard AD as regarding any schematic expenditure. So we now should understand dnx equal 1 minus alpha dy minus dad. Let's see note. Alpha is the marginal absorption propensity or marginal expenditure propensity. Alpha we should learn in macroeconomics. In macroeconomics, we regard alpha as marginal expenditure propensity, which refers to the ratio of increased income to expenditure, which is the sum of marginal consumption tendency and marginal investment tendency. Equation 2.5 reveals that there are 3 factors that need to be examined when considering the impact of devaluation. Equation 2.5 reveals that there are 3 factors. We should know there are 3 factors. Impact the devaluation. First, 3 factors. First is the marginal propensity to absorb greater or less than unity. Unity means one. Is the marginal propensity to absorb greater or less than unity? As devaluation raise or lower national income? Does devaluation raise or lower direct absorption? The 3 factors impact the devaluation. Conclusion. The condition for devaluation to improve the current account is 1 minus R dy more than DAD. That is, any change in income, not spent on absorption, must exceed any change in direct absorption. Otherwise, it will deteriorate. From this perspective, we should understand if we want may improve the current account, or if we want to make the current account in bad status, we must make 1 minus alpha dy be more than DAD. Otherwise, it will deteriorate. Or in another word, we can say it will be more bad. Deteriorate means be be worse. Note: devaluation can ultimately improve the balance of payments through various effects on income and absorption. Only if there is insufficient employment at home. Two. In the case of full employment, there are no idle resources to expand production and increase income. Only the absorption policy of reduced expenditure can be adopted. That is, through tight fiscal policy or monetary policy, or the cooperation between the two, to reduce the excessive demand for trade goods in order to correct the trade deficit and achieve the balance of payments. Let's from the study above, we have learned that the absorption approach to the balance of payments. We should understand how can we use this method to solve the current account deficit. Let's go on study section 3, the monetary approach to the balance of payments. In Chinese, we can say 第三节国际收支平衡的货币分析方法。The definition of monetary approach. Let's see the definition of monetary approach. Monetary approach. Monetary approach is a theory that currency supplies and demand determine a country's balance of payments. It is emphasized that the balance of payments is an essential monetary phenomenon and the key to determining the balance of payments. Is the relationship between money demand and supply. Let's go on. This fundamental basis, that is the balance of payments, is essentially monetary phenomenon. Not only is a measurement to balance of payments of monetary flows, but also such flows can be explained by a disequilibrium in demand and supply of money. From this 2-page of PPT, we should understand what's the meaning of monetary approach. This approach tells us that. Let's go to the appendix. Let's see appendix. Monetary approach. 货币分析法认为，货币供求决定一国国际收支状况的国际收支理论，强调国际收支本质上是一种货币现象，决定国际收支的关键是货币需求和供给之间的关系。1752年，英国哲学家迪休谟在政治论丛中提出了一个所谓物价现金流动机制，阐述了在国际金本位之下，各国国际收支具有自发调节的功能。20世纪40年代 ，E.M. 伯恩斯坦认为，一国信贷扩张和货币供应量与国际收支状况存在着密切的关系。各国不同程度的信贷扩张将导致相应程度的国际收支变化，但论证是不系统的。50年代，杰伊·米德首先提出系统货币分析法后，许多经济学家又做了进一步的研究。These 2-page in Chinese to explain the meaning of monetary approach. So get back to see the monetary approach. This approach, the content of this approach we should understand. Currency supply and demand determine a country's balance of payments. This method emphasized essentially monetary phenomena. The balance of payments is essentially monetary phenomenon. And the key to determining the balance of payments is the relationship between money demand and supply. From this page, we should understand that monetary approach is a method to solve the current account deficit. The economist tell us that the balance of payments is a monetary phenomenon, and use money demand and supply to solve this country's current account deficit. Let's go on. The assumption of monetary approach. 3 assumptions of monetary approach. First, a stable money demand function. A stable money demand function. In full employment equilibrium, a country's real monetary demand is a stable function of variables such as income and interest rate. This is a stable money demand function. In order to get a stable money demand function, this country must be in full employment equilibrium. A country's real monetary demand is a stable function of variables, such as income and interest rate. According to this condition, we should understand what's the meaning of a stable money demand function. Second, the money supply do not affect physical production. The money supply do not affect physical production. In the long run, money demand is stable and change in the money supply do not affect physical production. Means when money supply rise or down do not affect the physical production. Three, the prices of trade goods are exogenous. The price of trade goods are exogenous. The price of trade goods are determined by the world market. And in the long run, a country's price level and interest rate level are close to the world market level. The price of trade goods are exogenous. We should understand what's the meaning of the price of trade goods are exogenous. Means these countries price level and interest level in the long run are close to the world market level. At this status, we can regard it is as price exogenous. Now, let's have a break.
Okay.
Let's go into our lesson. Let's continue our lesson. Let's see. 3. The theories of monetary approach. Let's see what's the meaning of. Let's see the contents of monetary approach. A country's money supply is the economy is made up of two components. MS equal D plus R. We can write this equation as 2.6. In this equation, MS is the whole money supply in the country. We should understand what's the meaning of MS. MS is the whole money supply in this country. D is the country's domestic money supply. D is the country's domestic money supply. That is, the credit created through the domestic banking system. Controlled by the monetary authorities. And I is the money come from foreign countries. Let's see. I is the money come from foreign countries. That is the reserves of foreign currencies valued in the domestic currency. So, we should understand what's the meaning of MS, D, and R. Let's go on. Notes. The credit created through the domestic banking system means the final domestic money supply through the creation of a commercial bank come from the basic money put into the market by central bank. This note tells us what's the meaning of credit create. Credit create means the basic money put into the market by central bank can be large from the commercial banking system. Or in another word, we can say when the central bank put some basic money into the market, commercial bank can use this money, create large monies into the market. This means credit creation, or credit created. Let's go on. We can now rewrite equation 2.6 in different form as DMS equal DD plus DR. We can regard this equation as 2.7, which states that any increase or decrease in the domestic money supply can come about through either an OMO as represented by DD or a FXO as represented by DI. Let's see the explanation of MOM. Let's see the note. MOM refers to open market operations. Open market operations. This definition can be explained in the macroeconomics. Open market operation in Chinese we can say 公开市场业务. These items can be explained in macroeconomics. Let's see. FXO means foreign exchange office. FXO means foreign exchange office. In Chinese, we can say foreign exchange office means 外汇局. Okay, let's go on. Let's see the figure 2.2. Figure 2.2, the money supply and reserves. The money supply and reserves. Money supply means domestic money supply to the market. And reserves means official reserves. Let's see this figure 2.2. Vertical axis means money supply. Money supply means domestic money supply. And horizontal axis means reserves. Reserves means official reserves. Let's see in this figure 2.2. There are two linear. There are two linear lines, or there are two lines. This line means MS2. This line means MS1. In this figure, we can see MS cross at money supply, the vertical axis money supply at D1, and this line has an angle of 45 degrees. When the point A in line MS1 at point A, we can see two coordinate, vertical coordinate, level coordinate means M1. M1 means domestic supply. I1 means foreign currency reserved by this country. One point A, slide to point B. Slide to point B means at the status of point B, domestic money supply is M2, and the foreign currency reserved by this country are I2. This figure tells us so many informations. Let's go on. monetarist observe that the overall balance of payments can be thought of as consisting of the current account balance, the capital account balance, and a change in the authority's reserves. That is, BP equal CA plus K. CA plus K plus DI equal. So that CA K plus K equal minus DI. We express this equation as 2.8. Where CA is the current account balance, we should understand CA. CA means current account balance. K is the capital account balance. Let's go back. K is the capital account balance. And DI is the change in the authority's reserve. DI is the change of authority's reserve. The monetary approach provides a distinctive and a clear analysis of the effects of devaluation and monetary expansions on the balance of payments. Another significant contribution of the monetary approach is that it provides a rich set of policy recommendations. From this page of PPT, we should understand. This page gives us an explanation. How can we get a conclusion from the equation? From equation 2.8, or from equation BP equals CA plus K, CA plus K plus DI equal 0. We can get conclusion from these equations. Let's go up. Let's see the conclusion. According to the three assumptions above, the basic theory of monetary approach can be expressed by the following formula. Because of MS equal MD, .9. According to 2.6, then MD equal D plus I. So I equal MD minus D. 2.11. Note, MS is the domestic money supply. MD is the domestic money demand. Let's go on. The formula 2.11 above is the most basic equation of monetary approach. This equation tells us that the balance of payments is a monetary phenomenon. The deficit of balance of payments is a country's domestic money supply actually exceeds the demand for money. The surplus of balance of payments is a country's domestic money supply less than the money demand. So from these equations, or from monetary approach, we can understand the current deficit or current deficit or current surplus can be regarded as a monetary phenomenon. From the monetary approach, we should understand the deficit of balance payment is a country's domestic money supply actually exceed the demand for money. The surplus of balance of payment is a country's domestic money supply is less than the money demand. So, from these contents of this PPT, this page of PPT, we should understand current deficit or current surplus can be regarded as a monetary phenomenon. Let's go on. Because the money supply does not affect the physical output. In the case of constant price, when a country's domestic money supply is more than money demand, excessive money had to find a way out. The adjustment of currency balance is manifested as a currency outflow. That is, balance of payment deficit. On the other hand, when a country's domestic money supply is less than money demand, in the case of a constant price, the gap of money supply should be found a way in. The process of reduce internal expenditure in order to maintain the money balance is manifested as the inflow of money. That is the surplus of balance of payments. Let's go on. 3. The balance of payments problem. Problem actually reflects the adjustment. Adjustment process of money supply. When the domestic money supply continuously equal to the money demand, determined by the real economic variables, national income, output, etc. The balance of payments is in equilibrium. So we can go back to see the definition of monetary approach. Monetary approach. Monetary approach give us an explanation. How can we understand the current account surplus, the deficit? If we want to use this method, we must understand assumption of monetary approach. And we should understand the contents of monetary approach. And we should understand the money supply and reserves from the figure 2.2. So from figure 2.2, we can get equation CA plus K equal negative DI. From the equation 2.8, we can get conclusion that the balance of payments is a monetary phenomenon, and the deficit of balance of payments is a country's domestic money supply exceeds the demand for money. The surplus of balance of payments is a country's domestic money supply is less than the money demand. So from the monetary approach, we should understand the current account balance can be explained by the monetary phenomenon. The deficit of payments, balance of payments, is a country's domestic money supply exceeds the demand exceeds the demand for money. The surplus of balance of payments is a country's domestic money supply less than money demand. So we should understand what's the meaning of monetary approach. Now that's all for today's new lesson. At the rest time, we should go over what we have learned today. Don't leave the class until 11:55. Now, first, we should have a rest, then go over what we have learned today.
Okay, Rosie.